I'm Scarlett Lewis. My son Jesse was one of the 20 children killed in the Sandy Hook school massacre by a disturbed youth. Part of my own healing from the trauma was to try to understand what would drive a youth to such an extreme, and if there was a way to prevent such murderous emotional disturbances and alienation. As a former journalist, I started researching the question. What I learned is tremendously important to the communities you serve, and it presents a journalistic opportunity for you. It's a story of two different ways of being in this era, one dysfunctional and the other amazingly functional. Many American kids are chronically stressed and attention deficited and underperforming. They're overwhelmed with information and social media, and they lack adequate inner resources and peer and emotional support to deal with home, school, and societal stresses. Many schools consequently experience alarming levels of violence and bullying, along with mental health issues, drug usage, and suicides. 30% of teens nationally report feeling sad or depressed because of stress. In 2017, 7.4% of youths in grades 9 through 12 reported that they had made at least one suicide attempt in the past 12 months. 58.2% of high school seniors reported they drink, and 34.9% use marijuana. And then there's school shootings by emotionally upset youths. The other way of being in this era is this.
I've noticed that since we've been in this program, our class continuously gets better and decides to work with each other and try to help each other out. If we know something's wrong, we'll ask each other what's wrong, and we'll try to figure out the problem and solve it.
It helps me calm down and become a better person because I have to be able to work together with people.
It helps us communicate in a better way.
You also learn lots of 21st century skills like collaboration, communication, getting your work done on time.
The difference maker between these two worlds is called emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is the crucial ability to manage ourselves and our feelings and all our relationships, plus our careers, in a manner that's healthy, productive, and caring. And EQ can be learned. In fact, there's an early stage EQ revolution underway in about 10% of pre-K to 12th grade schools. The major thing I learned from educators is that for many years, there have been available school-based trainings in emotional intelligence and social skills that has a profound positive effect. Not that many schools employ such training, but after visiting many that do and looking at the evidence, I knew that the best potential repair to prevent what happened in the Sandy Hook school shooting is exactly the same repair for the huge number of troubled youths and schools in this country and elsewhere. Among other terms, educators call this social and emotional learning. From what I've learned, I believe that the young man and former student who killed our children at Sandy Hook would never have done so had he been fortunate enough to attend a school that taught him how to transform his inner rage and pain into kindness and understanding for himself and others. I've seen enough remarkable youth's transformation in these schools that I know that social and emotional learning can be the difference between success or suffering in kids' lives. The thing about social and emotional learning is that it brings out the best in young people, starting with teaching them how to manage their negative emotions and behaviors and relate with others in the way we wish all people could and would. And then teaching them how to make good decisions and be self-motivated. And the evidence is strong that they carry it forward into caring, connected, and high-performance lives. People trained in higher EQ are empathetic, balanced, curious, and gracious. They are generally highly productive, responsible, and resilient. They make good decisions, think creatively, and they stand out because of their skills in healthy relationships, collaboration, and conflict resolution. There's strong evidence that most schools' challenges dissolve as we educate children in the skills that constitute EQ. Think of the kids you just saw participating in the EQ revolution. Would you hire them after graduation and trust your communities and humanity's future to them? The dominant drawback to adopting EQ training in all schools is public and parent lack of awareness that such learning even exists and of its massive benefits. The EQ revolution presents an opportunity for your TV news to provide some solutions journalism in your coverage area. We encourage you to learn more and then share with your audiences the choice of joining the EQ revolution by making transformative EQ training available to the children in your coverage area. The secondary benefit will be emotionally intelligent communities filled with competent and responsible individuals, people adept at both critical thinking and creative thinking. People who are superb co-workers and managers who can take your local businesses to higher levels of productivity and profitability. Research also indicates that taxes, medical, and legal costs will decline as society has fewer mentally and physically unhealthy people, less crime and violence, fewer lawsuits and divorces, far less drug usage, and far more civic-minded and collaborative populace. Chances are your focus on the EQ training issue will boost your station's reputation and help attract local parents and educators to your broadcasts. Please review the accompanying information regarding toxic youth issues in your coverage area and which identifies schools that can, with your reporting, show your audiences the way out of these distresses. My friends at the national nonprofit EQuipOurKids campaign have also provided you links to view the training in schools outside your coverage area. They are here to help inform you further. Don't hesitate to contact them. We all have to be part of the solution, and there is one. Social and emotional learning benefits everyone. Thank you for choosing love.